What's up guys, my name is Ace, and it seems like over the past several years with Call of Duty, there has been a massive shift in the direction of chasing player retention and general playtime metrics in the Call of Duty franchise. We saw this in the big shift to their matchmaking algorithms back with Modern Warfare 2019, as well as the fact that they started disbanding lobbies, and we've moved into a seasonal prestige system rather than the traditional prestige system, where every single season that level just gets reset. And a lot of what we've been seeing is more of a push toward the game as a service model rather than the traditional launch the game and then just provide some expansions and updates throughout the year. And with all of this, I think there has been some success in improving player retention, at least for certain groups of players and certain types of players. But I also feel like a lot of it was short-term success. We saw it work really effective short-term, but now we're starting to see some long-term burnout with many of these systems. And today, I wanted to focus on one of those systems in particular. It's not going to be the matchmaking algorithm or disbanding lobbies, as much as I hate those. We're not talking about that today. Instead, I wanted to talk more about their long-term progression systems in Call of Duty games, and the fact that it often feels like there's nothing really to work toward long-term with a Call of Duty game outside of perhaps the Mastery Camo Challenge. Now that we have the seasonal system, for many players out there, myself included, player level and player XP means literally nothing to us. I don't care what level I get to in a season because that's just going to get reset the next time a season launches. And while I'd absolutely love to see more of a traditional prestige system return or something more long-term that sticks with you throughout the entire life cycle of the game and it's your prominently displayed stat that everyone can see, rather than something that only you can see for yourself when you go into the barracks of the game, I do feel like I've sort of sufficiently covered that topic. I'm hoping we'll see a rework to the progression system with Modern Warfare 2022, something that sticks with you a bit more long-term so it's not just getting reset season after season. And I don't want to keep beating that same drum over and over again. Instead, I wanted to focus on something else I feel that they could do that could significantly improve this feeling of long-term progression with a Call of Duty game. Something that makes it feel as though you are constantly progressing and that progression matters every single time you log in and play the game. And this would be the return of an Armory Credits style system, kind of like we saw in CoD WW2, and I guess you could even say maybe somewhat similar to the salvage system of Infinite Warfare. Essentially what I'm talking about here is a secondary form of in-game currency that goes alongside CoD points, but with this currency, instead of buying it with real money, you earn it through playtime and completing challenges in-game. This is something that I absolutely loved about CoD WW2. I always felt as though I was progressing towards something, even outside of my player prestige and everything. Every single time I logged on and I played the game, I was earning Armory Credits. I was piling those up, and I could use those Armory Credits to quickly get new guns as they are launched into the game, rather than having to get lucky out of a supply drop or complete a contract or a mission in order to earn that gun. I could just buy it outright because I've invested the time into that game and I'm rewarded for that. And on top of that, it allowed me to earn a ton of cosmetics in the game through my playtime, not just through spending money. And that felt really rewarding. It felt like I was always progressing towards something, and that wasn't just going to be taken away from me the next time a season launches. It seems like over the past 3 years with this seasonal prestige system and no Armory Credit style system on top of that, whenever I'm playing the game, the only time I feel like I'm working toward a long-term goal of any sort is if I'm grinding for the Mastery Camo. And while that can be fun and engaging to some extent, I feel like if that's the only real form of long-term progression that you experience, it's just not enough to hold me and many players over across the entire life cycle of that game. I've noticed with many people with Vanguard, for instance, the moment they unlock that atomic camo, they're done. They stop playing the game, they feel like there's nothing else to work toward. They've essentially beat multiplayer and they don't really see much reason to play after that. Whereas if you had this Armory Credit system where every time you play a match, you get some Armory Credits. If you win that match, you get bonus Armory Credits. Or if you complete daily and weekly challenges, you can earn more Armory Credits. This is the type of thing that can keep those players engaged and hooked long-term throughout the game's life cycle, especially if these allow you to get decent rewards. One of the nicest rewards with Armory Credits is having the ability to instantly unlock any new gun that's added to the game without having to complete any challenges whatsoever. It's just the moment the season starts, you can spend your Armory Credits and start using the gun. That's an excellent benefit that a lot of people would love to grind for, and that would be so much more engaging to be piling up these Armory Credits in preparation for a new season, rather than waiting for those guns to drop and then having to complete those horrible challenges that's like 3 hipfire kills in 15 different matches, where it doesn't challenge you at all. It's not engaging to complete those challenges. It's basically just a way of them forcing you to play 15 matches before you get to use that gun. Managing your own in-game currency and being able to stock up and prepare for events like a brand new season is, in my opinion, a lot more engaging, and it gives a lot more control to the player. Additionally, this can make daily and weekly challenges way more engaging. Instead of just giving player XP, which most people don't seem to care about at all, you can stock up these Armory credits and save them up for the next season or for some cosmetic item that you really want or something like that. Also, like I mentioned earlier, this can be a great incentive for people to play the objective. Something else on top of just seeing the win pop up on your screen. You can give bonus Armory credits for the team that wins the game. So there's at least a little bit more incentive for people to want to play the objective. I know it wouldn't suddenly turn everybody into an objective player, but it's just that little extra push for you to want to win and earn something that actually matters to some extent. Now, if they were to bring in this secondary currency to go alongside CoD points, it would, of course, have to be carefully balanced. Obviously, you have to look at the business side as well. They still want to be selling CoD points and making money on their post-launch sales, and you wouldn't want this Armory credit style system to cut into that too deeply. So it is all about balance here. I still think most of the bundles and everything, you would have to use CoD points in order to get those bundles. But if they were just to choose the odd bundle here or there where you could buy it with CoD points or a lot of Armory credits, I think that would provide great incentive that would increase player retention pretty considerably. You'd have people playing the game a whole lot more, and that's one of the big metrics that they're aiming for, because the more player retention you have, the better this looks for the shareholders, and also the more likely people are to be buying bundles with CoD points as well. You're not going to sell any CoD points to people that aren't playing the game anymore, whereas if you do have people that are obsessed with the grind and continuing to play long-term throughout the game's life cycle, you've at least got a chance of selling them some CoD points. And if that's still not enough to balance things out properly and they're worried they'll lose too much in CoD point sales, which I don't think they would if they're keeping players more engaged throughout the entire life cycle of the game, then perhaps you could even lock the ability to earn Armory credits behind the Battle Pass system. If you buy the Battle Pass for that season, then you're able to earn Armory credits in that season. But if you don't buy the Battle Pass and you just go through the free tiers, then you don't get to earn Armory credits. Or maybe you just don't earn nearly as many Armory credits if you don't own the Battle Pass. Now, that might be a good idea or a bad idea. I don't really know what the optimal way to balance this is in order to make sure that they are boosting player retention, but not at the cost of too much loss in CoD point sales or any loss in CoD point sales. I just wanted to point out that I feel there are excellent options for them to balance this properly to maximize both player engagement and retention as well as CoD point sales. And with that, that pretty much wraps it up for my thoughts on this in today's video. I've just been thinking back to older Call of Duty games and features that we've had in the past that I've been missing, and the Armory credit or salvage style system is something that I've been missing a lot, and I feel like it could resolve a lot of the issues with progression in Call of Duty currently. Now, of course, this is just my opinion, and this is where I want to hear from you guys in the comment section below. What would you think about having the ability to earn a secondary currency in-game that doesn't require real money that you can use in order to unlock maybe brand new guns immediately rather than completing challenges, or maybe some great cosmetics here or there? Is this something that you think would significantly improve your playtime in Call of Duty? Or do you think this would just be a bad idea in general? Just let me know all of those thoughts down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.